Hello and welcome to Archlight Games. We are back here in Factorio with Bob's Mods. Now last time we set up our wall production to get some defense going on, and then we also set up some automated research and make that ready to go. Today we're going to expand our furnaces up a bit more, get them kind of in place for how the final look is going to be. So I'm going to stick to this kind of 3 by 5 tile setup for each furnace. I think I'm going to go 10 in each lane. There should be 1, 3, 4, 5. So that's 7 all up. Take out these 3, space them out. Right, so that's going to be where our final furnace will end up being. Oop, and we're under attack at our wall. Good thing we've got a turret there, and something blew up. The turret was blown up. Delightful. Going to build another turret. Bit more ammo. Maybe I didn't give it any ammo. Oh, research is done. Now, what do I want next? Let's get some optics. Went down the wrong side of our little lake in the middle. Almost ran straight to those biters. So yeah, we'll go down, we'll fix up this turret. Bit of a nuisance on the kind of map this size that everything is so far away. But it's not too much of a problem. Stick that all in there. Grab some more of this. Build some more walls. Oops. Cool. Let's extend this wall out this way a little bit. Right. Now I'll keep going for quite a while now. Now, let's get back to our furnaces. Now we've set out kind of how tall we're going to make our furnace stack. That research is done. See, no, it requires green. Steel processing, that's a good next level. Right, so our iron's going to go up here. That's going to be our last level. So furnace will be 3, 3 that way. Right, yes. Just thinking of the future with this, how this is going to look up, but that's not going to be there in the future, so we won't need that coal line, and that will come down. Yep, so, got these, we'll set them up to be, so space, 1, 2, so they should all be 1 space apart. Excellent. Now this side. Oh, right, well that doesn't matter too much. We can get that fixed in the future. Now I'm going to need a lot of transport belt. I'll end up automating this transport belt, as it's going to take quite a bit of time to. Well, we're going to need heaps of it in the future. We've got to ignore this galena. Is it galena? Yep, galena in the middle here, because there's pretty much no way that we're going to ever really get that, so we don't need to worry too much about it. Cool. So that was steel processing that we just did. That's part of normal Factorio. The next kind of thing that we're going to want is alloy processing, which is part of Bob's Mods. So this will give us access to bronze plate, which requires tin as well, which is made in the same way that you would make iron plate or copper plate, but this will combine those copper and tin plates into one and create bronze. We don't need bronze so much, as it doesn't actually have too much use, but it's more that we have this metal mixing furnace, and then they'll later lead on to some more exciting elements, well, more exciting metals. Now we can start spacing out things for our future furnaces. Each one being 2 apart. Yeah. Whoops. Right, that one's all fine. We'll move this along at some point. Science is coming along nicely. And let's start spacing out this one as well. Yep, that all lines up. Oh, there's a tech just below us. Right. Huh! You look at that. That just perfectly lines up with what I had there. Yeah, so that one's fine. Again, this part is not going to be a permanent site. We're just putting it there so we get started. Right. Gotta chop down this tree. Get a little bit of space, get a little bit of wood. Yeah. Oop. There we go. How far away are those aliens? Not as far away as I would like. It's tungsten, rutile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create what's called, or is known as, a main bus. So this is where you compile all of the resources that you create and put them into one line of transport belt, several lines thick. So you do like iron, copper, and you'd also have steel going along, and you would end up just splitting off whatever resource that you need at each point. Something like that. Or you'd use splitters to do that, rather than just taking off an entire line. And then you merge it all back in together, and you have this big long resource that whenever you need something, you just split off another line. So that's the idea of it. However, it's going to take us very close. It's going to take us very close to the enemy up here. So it's the ideal place for a bus, but it's going to lead into some trouble later on. So I really want to get our stone wool factory working quite quickly before we go any further. Right, so I want iron, copper. I was surprisingly close with these. Get 2 splitters, get them in place. Ooh, no, that's okay. That stone wall will hold, and as our turret kills them off. So they're being damaged, but it's not ending too badly. Don't need these lines. Whoops. Don't want those. Right. Don't actually need it up this high. So this is the start of our main bus here. So as you can see, it's going to be fill up all of iron, and eventually we'll have other resources like copper joining it and steel. I'm actually going to try something where I'm going to do... Our research is done. Unfortunately, research is quite interrupty like this. Next one we're going to get is chemical processing. Much like metal mixing, we have a chemical furnace. It creates chemicals out of various different resources, so we can start making carbon and salt just from pure water and coal and water. But yeah, chemical processing allows us to get the chemical mixing furnace. Well, yeah. Cool. So as I was saying, I'm going to create a main bus, and then off to the sides I'm going to create 2 sort of separate buses which are comprised of the other more Bob's mods style of resources. So the main one will contain iron, copper, steel, maybe some circuit boards or iron gear wheels, and then we'll have alloys on one side, and then we'll have more chemicals on the other side. But for now, we'll just stick with our main bus. Alright. It's good to see that our research is having a nice little stockpile back here, which means that it's definitely doing enough that all of them can be active and it's still able to keep going. So these will keep keep making research beakers even while they're not actually getting exited. They should still be making new ones. Cool. Everything's coming along quite nicely. Right. I'm going to go down and expand our stone wall making area, as we're going to need a bit more to actually seal up our area, and a large area at that. Right, so I can actually seal this off here. One too far. Oh, almost got it. Right. So I'm going to have to change this layout a little bit, which is fine. Stone and about. Oh, research is done. Okay, we'll do water boring next, which is a good one. Does create a pump which just creates water straight out of the ground rather than having to go to one of these pumps. Put down a couple of these furnaces, I think. There should be enough stone coming out to produce a lot of bricks. This will all feed down into one stone wall factory, which will then feed out again into a box. So that's going to take quite a while for just that to do it. So I might actually just upgrade this to an electric mining drill. Now, give them some more. Oh, there we go. Now that's going to mine a lot quicker, which hopefully will mean that we can get all of these furnaces filled quite quickly. I'm going to put another one just to make sure that it does. Oh, yeah, that's getting collected. Make some more turrets, some more ammo. Yes, you need a bit of power. So that looks like it's going to come along quite nicely and give us a lot more stone walls, which will help us to build this up. Let's put a turret in there. See, those walls have a lot of health. It means that whenever the biters attack, it'll be absolutely fine to withstand all of that damage. Right. Just wait for the ammo to build up. Oh, there we go. They should be within range to help each other. So if something starts attacking up here, this one should be able to attack. So those turrets, that south side is going to be pretty safe, I believe. Going to make a little incursion. Let's see if we can take out this biter base. I don't know about these worms I'll back off if they start firing at me. Not just to be safe. Just save it quickly. If I die, I die. Probably should go in with a bit more ammo than this, actually. Let me go grab some more ammo, or some iron for ammo. You can see even now with all of this main bus just filled up. Oh, water boring is done. With all this main bus filled up, there's still a lot of iron that we're producing. Cool. So now we're making electrolysis. I've suddenly forgotten how to pronounce that. All good. We're researching that. That allows us to break down elements into different components, particularly water. Water we are able to then break into hydrogen and oxygen. Right. Yes, all the furnaces are working, not consistently, but still enough. We actually are wavering a little bit on our power production. So, I'll build a steam engine while I build some more ammo. Ooh, don't really need that much ammo. It's weird. Oh, I ran right past it. It's weird. You can manage to sort of fight and create armor and ammo at the same time. You can just run around and, oh, in my pocket I've got more ammo. Oh, yep, walls under attack down there. Taking a little bit of damage, but they won't be able to destroy anything just yet. Right, now we need to be careful. I'll save again this time. I think we're actually being attacked right now. Yep, there's one coming right for us. Right. Holding down spacebar to shoot. Shoots towards wherever they... Oh, okay, no, I'm out. That poison worm started firing at me. Don't have enough armor to take those things on. Right, we've done almost... Oh, nickel processing. So this is another metal that we are able to create through nickel ore, and it creates it needs oxygen, and then it creates sulfuric acid. So we'll get actually armor 2. We want some armor 2 actually. Would much rather get that done. Oh, that heartbeat. Actually, I didn't realize there was actually a heartbeat sound effect in this game. Only because the times that I die so quickly I don't get to hear it. So the fact that we survived is good. Right. I want to start creating some steel. So now steel is made out of a lot of iron ores, well, iron plates. So for that I'm actually going to split off a track of iron from here, just before it actually makes our main bus area. I can stop making that much ammo, because I'm going to need more transport belt. I'll start making... Oh yes, now I can do that. That might not work. Sorry. I'll be creating steel over from here. So we need iron plates. We're also going to need some coal for it as well. So I'm going to build a long-handed inserter. Long-handed inserters, just like normal inserters, just reach over one square extra and put it one square across. So I'll show you kind of what I mean. So normal inserters just go from this square here into the square here, and as you can see with these arrows, the long-handed inserter will take from this transport belt and put it into this side of the furnace. However, just so long as it's somewhere within the furnace, it will go in right away. So now we can, oops, rotate that. Now we'll start sending them across. Now I'm going to start moving this up. In theory, this will be absolutely fine. It won't start creating iron ore, so I won't grab any of the iron ore because it's already got iron plate in there. However, for whatever reason, should the iron plate run out, it'll start grabbing from this iron ore line, which isn't necessarily ideal, but for now it'll work just fine. We shouldn't ever run out of coal before we run out of, well, we shouldn't ever run out of iron plates before we run out of iron ore. No, we shouldn't ever run out of iron plates before we run out of coal, I mean. Something like that. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm gonna stick down a second one of these actually. Get some more going. That way. And I need another long-handed inserter. There we go. Right. Oh wow, that's a long record. Right, well, I'm gonna call it a day here. Thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.